You have questioned yourself once or twice if 2021 is the year for you to buy. Well, stay tuned to the video because we are going to cover some prudent points on whether or not 2021 is the year for you to buy your home. Hello, welcome back to my channel, BB Knows. My name is Brandy.Baker and I am a realtor here in Michigan, here to share with you all that I know about real estate and how exciting it is. So let's get started with today's video on whether or not it's going to be your time to buy in 2021. But before we do that, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about real estate or anything you want me to cover, go right ahead, put them in the comment section below, or reach out to me, whichever way you feel comfortable. So I'm sure you've heard people saying there's going to be a housing market crash in 2021, and you're wondering, what does that really mean? What does that really look like? Well, in 2008, there was a housing market crash. There were a ton of mortgages lent out to subprime buyers, and they were adjustable rate mortgages. Now, if you saw in my previous video, an adjustable rate mortgage is one that starts with a low interest rate, and then after a set period of time, sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's 2 or 3 years, the mortgage interest rate will adjust. What that's going to do is raise the mortgage monthly payments. So people who took out these low ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages, and once that period ended and their rates adjusted, they were no longer able to afford their monthly mortgage payments. And thus, loans went into default, tons of people lost their homes, And we're wondering, is that going to be something that happens in 2021? My answer to you is it's unlikely. There have been forbearance programs that are extended throughout the year. The eviction moratoriums are extended as well. They have not been lifted. So people aren't going to be evicted. People are also not going to be required right now to pay on their mortgage. Whilst we're on the subject of forbearance programs and eviction moratoriums, I will want to interject this very pertinent point. If you have any money to pay towards your rent or your mortgage, do it. Even if it's not your whole mortgage payment or your whole rent payment, that's fine. But put down whatever you can, because once those forbearance programs are expired, you are going to owe that money. And whether or not they tack it onto the back end, or they reconfigure your whole loan, or they charge you a little bit extra each month, you want it to be as little money as possible that you are owing back to them. So pay what you can. Moving on to the main reason for this particular video, and that is to determine whether or not 2021 is your year to buy. So let's talk about it. If you are looking to buy this year and you are trying to determine, is 2021 for me? Well, do you have enough money saved? Do you have more than just your down payment and closing costs saved? Do you have more than just your down payment, closing costs, and 2 mortgage payments saved? Because here's the thing, guys. I'm a realtor. I love to help you buy your home, sell your home, what have you. What I do not love is seeing someone buy a home and lose that home over the inability to pay the mortgage. Yes, it's cheaper than rent, and you are going to be owning your home, and that is awesome. But if you can't keep that home, then you are not ready to buy that home, okay? So what's a good amount of money you should have saved? Personally, I would say 4 to 6 months. You want to have 4 to 6 months plus your down payment and closing costs. If you are using your down payment and closing costs, and that is just your last dollar for right now to get into that home, then you, my friend, are not ready to buy, and that's okay. It's just not your time. Your time will come. 2021 may not be the year that you buy your home, but that's fine. You stay where you're at, you continue to save, and you get in the best position to buy your home and also to not lose your home. You want to be able to stay in your home long enough to gain equity in your home. If you have to move out, let's say you get a job somewhere and you've got to sell before you've gained enough equity or a sufficient amount of equity, that's fine. Those circumstances do arise. However, if you're buying a home, you want to be planning on staying it for at least 5 years, maybe 5 to 7 years, so that you can gain equity enough to sell it for a profit. Another aspect of being a best buyer is that you have the best loan possible. And for many sellers, conventional loans look a lot better than an FHA and unfortunately also better than a VA loan. So you're going to want to go into your lender with the lowest debt to income ratio you can possibly muster. You want the best credit score that you can achieve at the time, and you want to have enough money saved for the down payment and the closing costs. And for yourself, you want to have that extra 4 to 6 months off to the side, and they will verify your funds. So you're going to want to make sure you have that money up front ready to go so that you are just looking immaculate, exquisite, that everyone wants you to buy their home. Another incentive to save, especially in this competitive market, the market that is 2021, you want to be a competitive buyer. You do not want to show up to the table with your last dime in hand to buy this home. You will want to have enough money saved. As I keep saying, I cannot stress to you anymore, save, save, save. People who are in forbearance are unable to move right now, and that's why they're in a forbearance program. Or people who would normally have lost their homes already, unfortunately, may not have done so because they are in a forbearance program. What that does is create a low inventory, so it's a tight market. We've got low inventory and high demand. And in order for you to put your best foot forward, you need to have enough saved to put a competitive offer in. In multi-offer situations, your realtor is going to ask you, do you want to include an escalation clause? Do you want to include a appraisal guarantee? And for some of those, you will have to say yes because you want that particular home. And that is what a competitive offer looks like. And don't forget, if 2021 is not your time, it's not your time. And that's okay. Your time will come. In the meantime, spend 2021 saving up what you need to save. Spend 2021 getting your debt paid off. Your credit score is essentially going to go up. Do what you need to do. Put some money off to the side. Invest in some stocks. Whatever you need to do to get yourself in the best position to buy your home and keep your home once you buy it. That is what this year, if it's not your year to buy, then it is your year to prepare to buy. Thank you all so much for checking out my video today. I really appreciate it. And if you are still loving my material, then go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you know when I'm putting out new videos. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me either through the comment section or here's my info here. I love to hear from you. I am typically always working and typically always available. So I will see you guys in the next video. Other than that, have a great day.